So the video cut out again because my flags weren't set up. You can see my YouTube uploads look kind of funny. My YouTube uploads look pretty funny. But anyway, to get back to the task at hand, I'm trying to debug this trying to fix this silly compiling error. So I have these input buffers being forward declared here. I'm only using it as a pointer, so there's no instantiation going on. Shouldn't need the definition. And the compiler seems to recognize that. It complains that if I rebuild, yeah, the complaint is that I'm redefining input buffer here. Right, it says definition of type input buffer conflicts with type def. So I'm gonna copy and paste this and try to do some Googling. Right here. Oops. Oh, you can't forward declare type defs, that's right. Well, okay. I see. I've always wondered about what the difference between these two, and now I know. So without that, this is the anonymous struct, because this part is the struct definition. Just like if you had class, the name would need to be between these two. And you're just saying the type def is sort of like an alias, right? So by putting the actual struct there, you get both the name and the alias to struct foo. Yeah. And again, the reason you add the foo at the end is so you don't have to type struct foo every time. It'd be great if that fixes my problem. Let's check it out. Input manager.h. Yeah. Did that work? Looks like there are less errors. Looks like it worked. Undeclared inbuffs. Did you mean inbuffs? Yes. Mic entity 34. Wait. Mic entity 239. Alright, build that. More errors. Great. Comparison between pointer and integer is no good. Comparison between pointer and integer. Arg, stop it. Okay, voice entity 51. Voice entity 51. in bus size. Okay. Another thing is that this needs to be dereferenced before I can use it as a vector. Member access into incomplete type input buffer. Yes, I will need the input manager here. Let's include, let's import input manager.h. Let's build again. Well, looks like we fixed all the errors in that file. Now we have to deal with input buffer sound, and this is the one we touched the most. So first error is use of undeclared voice entity, so we have to include that. Alright, let's do that. Voice pound import voice entity.h. Next error. Okay, that's same thing. Okay, we need the definition for the struct in the input manager. So let's input the input manager. Next thing is member access into, volumes buff sample index. Yes, I did mean buffer sample index. Thank you. Okay. So let's try compile that one more time. One more error. Cannot initialize variable of type sint16 star with an L value of void star, because now we're using C++ casting rules, and we should explicitly type sint16 star. No, even if we weren't, we might need it, because void star is pretty loosey. Alright, we've succeeded. So, we're looking pretty good. One thing we haven't done yet is dereferenced any, we haven't referenced stuff within the input buffer sound. We haven't dereferenced stuff within the voice entity sound. So the time to really do that will be in dalloc. Is there a dalloc call yet? There's none. So we're no dalloc call. Wow. Okay, what's another, what has a dalloc call that I can copy and paste, because I can't remember the syntax. How about normal physics entity? Oops. Oh, it's still an M. Crap, there's nothing that has one. I'm pretty sure snakeable entity has one though. You kidding? It's got all these things attached to it. Alright. Filter sound probably has one. Jeez. Yeah, there we go. It was just DLock without any parameters. Yeah. So DLock should go on the top. And we should go over the buffers and deref everything once. So it should look something like this. And we don't need that stuff. What is it called? Buffers? Buffers, yeah. And that's good enough for that. We should do the same for the input buffer sound. Sorry, it's buffers. Where did I get input? Alright, so now we handle the dereferencing and referencing. Now all we have to do is swap out the sine sound with our new buffer sound, and that might do something like what we want. I'm always scared about this part, but yeah. Anywhere else that sine sound is used. Okay. This might do what we want. We did write quite a bit of code for this, so it's likely that we lost something in the complexity. But anyway, we can test it. So let me get Skype working again because it died. Alright. There's me. There's the debugger. What else do we need? The iPhone. So I got... Let me put the headphones around the mic again, because we will need to test the sound this time. Sorry about the thunder, but I'm trying to get it set up. Alright, so I'm going to hit play, and it might just crash. We'll see. You know what? I can even make the video bigger.